Hi. Wow. Thank you, Aaron. That was a great introduction. I'm gonna cry. Okay, so I'll read the first poem. This is actually the first poem in the pamphlet as well. Walking to his house. It's not you, it's the blood in you that flows to the estuaries where joy and shame meet. It's not your carefully curated life, not the version of you in the stories you tell about yourself, meeting friends, working, phoning home, holidays. It's an ache that cuts through the plans you made, a need to be filled that bypasses the frontal lobe, screams now, this is the body I have, this is yours, ours, until the silent walk across the graveyard and back home. And this is a poem about a dildo. Ceiling. The briefs with the harness lie on the floor as new, dry, unused. The dick rests at the bottom of the bag, attracting tiny flecks of dirt to its surface 7 inches, permanently erect, permanently useless. And all I can think of is lying next to you sleeping, junk swollen up like some monster out of foreheads, nose stinging, coming down and staring up at the ceiling. And this is a poem about a dream I had, and apparently you're not really meant to write about your dreams according to some people, but they probably didn't dream about Julia Roberts. So, Julia Roberts. I was in bed with Julia Roberts, drinking wine at her Hollywood mansion in Notting Hill. She wore the slinkiest garments and kept touching me. When I leaned in to kiss her, she froze for a couple of seconds, then moved away, kept talking as though nothing had happened. Soon she stood up, began putting on her dress and saying we had to go. We had to get ready or we'd be late for the party her Hollywood friends were having. Now it was my turn to freeze. She had not consented to that kiss. Was I another one of those creepy Hollywood men? Was I Harvey Weinstein? Are you okay? Are you coming? She asked. I said, are we all right? Told her I was sorry for trying to kiss her if it's not what she wanted. Hey, it's okay. It's just I've never been with a woman before. I'm not a woman. You know what I mean. I did. I love hanging out with you though. It's so boring spending all my time with those posh rich people. You're much more fun. I nodded. After the party, we lay in bed together in our underwear, drunk on expensive wine. Julia Roberts kept touching my arm and thigh, but every time I moved towards her, she retreated, turning away from me to the glue and scissors and craft book laid out on the desk beside her bed. Easter crafts, she explained, and began cutting. But soon the cycle would begin again. She would touch me, then retreat. After a while, I gave up, lay back, and stared at the ceiling, eyes focused on the tiniest speck of dirt her cleaner had missed. And I kept staring, even as Julia Roberts got up and silently left the room. So this is a poem about going through puberty when you're in your 30s, or one experience of going through puberty in your 30s anyway. And I can't find it in my own book. It's not actually that big, but like I've got to look up the menu, the contents. Okay, testosterone 3. You will seek another dopamine hit everywhere you go, never satisfied. You'll be so insecure about your masculinity, you will buy bulldog grooming products and man-sized tissues, but you cannot give up nail varnish. You will marvel at the size of your cock on hormones. Robert Mapplethorpe's models got nothing on your whole 1 inch. You will agonize over what to wear on a date with a straight girl, as if clothes are your biggest problem, not your short stature, your dicklessness. You will withhold the truth sometimes, because you know whole perceptions can change once a body is envisaged naked with different parts, or maybe you're just self-obsessed. You will get more self-obsessed. You will start to sound like the guys you hated before testosterone, guys who had to announce to YouTube every time they grew an extra chin hair. You'll resist announcing 80% of the time, but you'll really, really want to. You won't get a YouTube channel because you're too old. You'll become sick of people thinking you're 14 when you're 35. We'll grow a beard, but the beard will be a smattering of hairs, the kind of 14-year-old trying to look like an adult might grow. And one day, when you're on holiday in some place very different to your regular life, the wind will mercilessly howl through the valleys like the Gothic novels said it would, and you will contemplate your body as warm water hits it from the shower, a landscape of skin and fur and scars and ambivalence, and you will feel like it's really yours. You will feel ambivalent slipping away year after year, much to the horror of your former self. You will grow hungrier, hornier, grumpier, heavier, sometimes feel stupider, and will come to take pleasure in all those things and in the heights and depths of puberty, missing only the ability to cry. And this is the last poem I'm going to do, and yeah, it is for Aaron. And I want to say, like, thank you so much to Broken Sleep and to Aaron and Charlie and everyone there for publishing me, and thanks for the beautiful cover that Aaron did. Thank you. Oh, and this comes with a note. This is called Foxcall, and the note is, in 2013, there was extensive press coverage of a fox attacking a human baby in a London garden. Sections of the UK media responded to the attack by calling for mass fox calls, both in London and nationally, as did the Mayor of London at that time, Boris Johnson, who suggested fox hunting be introduced in the city. And also, when I was looking back through it, I realised it's quite topical because we've got a mention of the royal family. So there you go, Jubilee weekend. Fox cult. In the bins of London are foxes, hundreds of them, healthy and well-fed on junk food, stalking through gardens, mauling babies, congregating together and attacking old women, ripping the throats out of vicars and priests, bombing the Houses of Parliament and setting fire to the House of Lords, eating charity workers, breaking into Buckingham Palace, setting up a guillotine and beheading the royal family, climbing up Big Ben and detonating themselves, one by one, sleek furry limbs flying everywhere until all of London is on fire.